NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Moda Center in downtown Portland, Oregon. Tonight, it's the Portland Trail Blazers playing host to the LA Clippers. And abuses the rim with the big finish. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in a game, they can help you sustain that energy.
That's his first personal foul.
Leonard. His first effort off the mark. McCollum into the front court. Leads a bucket. Beyond the arc for three. That no good off the mark. To Leonard. Fires the three. Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Trailblazers with the basketball. C.J. McCollum, well defended. Dives for it, not afraid to mix it up. Referee blows the whistle. Jump ball coming. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Fires the three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. The follow won't go either. Love the hustle. Sprawl down on the deck. The monster stuff.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Lillard can't connect. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Yusuf Nurkic. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended. Whiteside. That out of his range and no good. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
It's Portland ball. Lillard. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Leonard. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Count the basket at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Lillard. Can't get the bounce. Beverly into the front court. Up 5. Blazers have it. Lillard. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. George. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Lillard. And it's George there for the rebound. Throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
And too much contact.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Patrick Beverly sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Paul George with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Terry Stotts has turned to his bench. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Rodney Hood. That's his first personal foul. The Trailblazers are now.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Tolliver. Oh, a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Terry Stotts will go ahead and use the timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter.
For yourself in the display behind section 121 and place your bet. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
New personnel coming on for Terry Stotts. Portland has the ball. Lillard. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lillard. That's good D. Shot no good. Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Lillard. Message received. Well defended. And a throwdown. They cannot be stopped right now.
Sometimes your opponent is not even in the game from the start. That's the way you run the floor, and you put the pressure on them right away in the first quarter.
Lillard, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lillard. It's no good. Shots not going down.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Montrezl Harrell with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
McCollum. He was all over him. Rises for the slam.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Textbook defense. Deep three at the buzzer. And a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We played one with the visiting Clippers out on top. Jay and I back with more of NBA Wednesday night on EA Sports after this. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Leonard, and that's rebounded by Portland. Hood. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
It's George for two. Wide open look won't go. Going to launch beyond the arc. Offensive board. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
Watch that cutter.
George, no good. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Paul George, he's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
McCollum with the basketball. Down a bundle for three. He'll take that any day.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Substitutions, Portland. Substitutions, LA.
Paul George. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Portland's got it. Lillard. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. George. He buries it. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Nurkic. To Lillard. From long range. He engulfed him that time. To George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Los Angeles, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. Stepping in for
Lillard. Slam down. Yusuf Nurkic cleans it up.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
George, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Lillard. Off the mark. No good. George to Leonard. Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
McCollum to Lillard. Patrick Beverly tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Won't go down. Trailblazers take over. Lillard not going down here. Nurkic to Whiteside. Lillard off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Hassan Whiteside at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Missed it at the line. 3 seconds. Here's a chance from long range. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
to Paul George. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 3.
George. And he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
And Jay, they call the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Trailblazers with the basketball. C.J. McCollum. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. They'll let one fly from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Leonard. It's rebounded by Whiteside. McCollum into the front court. His guys down big. Beyond the arc for 3. That one off the mark. It's no good.
I got him.
Leonard. No good. That's great defense.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside.
Hey, switch. I got him.
Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Damian Lillard has got 2 shots coming. Career 88% from the line. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Paul George to Leonard. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Clippers have the basketball. George against the Lehigh product. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Won't go.
Bad shot. My fault.
Slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Lillard, and he hits.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bent, and that's the game.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. To McCollum. Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To George. Leonard shakes free and hits.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Calls out of bounds off Kent Bazemore. New personnel on the floor for Doc Rivers. George trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. To Kent Bazemore. Nurkic. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Blazer. Time for some new personnel into the game. George to Harkless. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
George, guarded by Nurkic. Beverly, Patrick Beverly. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up. Lou Williams, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Hood. The shot almost. He gets it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Paul George. Can't miss those. Lillard, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
George, smothering D. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
And he makes them both.
Oh, yeah, we're going right back to it.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
That ends the third quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. It's the Blazers with the basketball as we start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
To Leonard. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Kawhi Leonard against the former first-rounder. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Leonard, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
To Whiteside, knocked loose. Clippers have got it. And the defender over-pursues, and he's called for it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Leonard. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
That's me. Got ball.
Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
Slam dunk. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Well, you can't do that.
A simple touch foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Subbing in for Portland, number 24.
McCollum. Not easy.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And score. Strong take.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
To Ken Bazemore. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Bazemore. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
George? I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Oh, whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
C.J. McCollum. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. George cleans it up. Hassan Whiteside sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
McCollum. 4-3. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
We'll get a stoppage here.